So, let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Polished Lifestyle TV, episode 5, with our special guest, Elkie Clinton. We're so happy for you to be here tonight. We are looking forward to an awesome time. This guest is a real, real special guest because not only is she a friend, but she is my sister, my blood sister, same mama, same papa. And I'm so happy to have her here tonight. Just to let you know a little bit about our show, this show was designed to celebrate and showcase women who are leading and shining bright in their life. So what does that mean? Leading in their life means that they are leading the type of life that they want to. They are living life on their terms. The shining bright is being the best version of themselves. Who doesn't want to lead and shine bright in their life? Okay, so I created this platform to celebrate women who are doing those things, and I wanted to make sure that our guests were women of color, because you know what? You can't be who you don't see. So let's welcome our guest, Elkie Clinton.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. First, I would love to thank Sterling for providing this opportunity to women because it's such a great way to showcase our gifts and our talents and the things that make us who we are. And you could do it in your most comfortable way, your most authentic way. So I'm really excited. I'm in my t-shirt, my Savvy Mom t-shirt. I was like, I want to be comfortable. I want to be how I would be if I was just chilling at home, because that's part of my platform, is for women to be comfortable, moms in particular, be comfortable with who they are and celebrate that. So really excited for tonight and looking forward to it. So just a little bit about my story. Um, I am one of many siblings, because every time we get the numbers crazy. I'm one of many siblings, and out of all of them, I'm probably one of the most quiet ones, and I've never been the one that wanted to be in the forefront. I wanted to always stay in the background. I was the helper. I was the one who would push everybody else up front, but didn't want to be the one that was shining too much. I didn't want to take the spotlight away from anybody. I was like that in school. I was like that in my family. I was even like that at my jobs. And it took me some time to accept that I had leadership quality. It took me a long time to accept that. Although I took on leadership roles in undergrad, in high school, even at my jobs that I had, I still didn't see myself as someone who could take on that leadership of owning my own business and leading other women to do the same. So it took a few, business ventures with my sister and me alone when I started to realize, wow, I could really do this. This is something I see myself doing long term, full time. And I'm just wanting, and I couldn't see myself any longer adhering to a job that I didn't feel passionate about. Just 4 years ago, 4 years ago, I started working at a school. I was working there as an administrator. I loved working with the kids, and I loved the work that I would do with them. But what was bothering me is that I felt like I was always being put in a box. I couldn't do anything outside of what they wanted me to do. And I had great ideas. I was very creative. But whenever I went outside the box, I was prevented from doing that. And I started back in 2011, I started a blog, because my first year working at this job, I was in the midst of finishing my last year of grad school, working full time, raising my daughter primarily on my own. I've been a single mom for many years. And so with all that going on, I wanted to document it, and part of that process was to document it, heal from it, and teach other moms to do what I did, and that was balance all these things, because I believe that you're not limited. Even though you're a single mother,
Yeah.
there's no limitations and boundaries set for you. You can go against the grain, and you can accomplish the things that people told you couldn't do. Many people would say, like, well, why do you want to raise a kid on your own? Like, why would you even make that choice? I didn't really make the choice. The choice was made for me at the time. And so what else was I supposed to do but to thrive?
Yeah.
So I really made a strong, I made every effort to make sure that in all what was going on and all the challenges I was facing, I was going to make sure I provided for my daughter in the best way possible. I was going to make sure that she was healthy and sound and that I was healthy and sound. So whatever I needed to do, whether that was some self-development, reading some books, praying was a big part of my journey. I engaged in a fast in this process because I wanted my life to change. And I've been able to do a fast twice that was completely life-changing. And the most recent life-changing experiences, I just took up, like literally made a decision to walk away from a job I'd been in for 4 years and said, I'm going to move to Georgia. I'm not going to have a job. I'm going to grow my business because I already started it, but I was going to grow it and I was going to do it full time, something I was terrified to do months prior.
I remember those conversations.
Oh my God, Sterling knows. Like she would be like, girl, just walk away. You got this. And I'd be like, no, I don't have money. I can't do this. What am I going to do? Like I was really scared. The fact that I'm at this point in my life is pretty amazing because had you talked to me back in December, January, I was still looking for jobs because I didn't think it was possible for me to walk away from security. And I put that in quotes because it wasn't secure. Come to find out, the job was basically
about to
it was about to go away. They were eliminating the position and even eliminating the place I was living. So I was being fired and didn't even realize it. So the fact that I was so scared to walk away was really laughable now. I'm like, man, they were pushing me away. Why was I scared to walk away? God must have been setting this up for me because the minute I made that decision, all these things came through. The opportunity to move to Georgia, the opportunity to partner with a lady here, another business owner in Georgia, the opportunity for us to reconnect and just really build from what I was already starting was incredible. I am living.
We gotta slow down for a second here. Because
I know. I'm gonna go.
You didn't let me read her bio. She just jumped into it. This is the woman. When you talk about the shift, and we're gonna get to talk about the shift. Here's a woman who was shy, right? And she didn't even let me read her bio. She started talking.
I just went in. I'm so sorry.
No.
I just hijacked the program. I apologize.
No. It's fine. I'm laughing because I'm just thinking about conversation. So this is my sister who we talk maybe multiple times a day. Even my husband's like, hello.
No, I'm here.
Talk like multiple
time.
Right? Multiple times a day. And the crazy thing is I remember some of our conversations where we both were plotting to bounce from our jobs because I also quit my job we quit our jobs at the same time 7 weeks ago. She actually, here's the woman who, when we first started talking, she had to talk me off the ledge because there was days where I was like, I'm not going in. And she's like, Sterling, you got to do this the right way. Right. I know there's no real right way, but you got to be a little more, strategic. Is in place. And so and when she would tell me, I'd be like, girl, just bounce. Like, what are you waiting? And so it's so funny to be here in the after. Yeah. After we both made these decisions and how we're thriving. Yes. This is what we're talking about, people. When I talk about the leading in your life, it's really not allowing anything. And when I say anything, it means anything. Not your finances, because we didn't leave our jobs with a overflowing savings. Yes. No. We didn't leave our jobs with an exact step-by-step plan.
Right.
Our parents thought we were crazy. Okay? Our brother and sisters think we are nuts.
Crazy. They still think we lost our mind.
Exactly. But when you decide to lead in your life, things will start to come into place for you. So really quick before we talk about the shift, I want to read you so people know a little bit about you.
Yes, sorry about that.
And because she's so modest, she sent me this little bio about herself when she's done so much more. But I'm gonna read this, and she's gonna tell you more about what she's done.
But I sent it. I was like, this is just typical Elkie.
Girl, stop playing. Elkie Clinton is a mom to a little girl that she adores, creator and owner of Savvy Moms Unite, a coaching business where she teaches moms how to live a practical, simple, and realistic life. She works primarily with single moms on balancing all their many talents and responsibilities. She is also an educator, author, and speaker. She co-authored and self-published a book with Ma called Are You Sleeping on Your Dreams? 10 Steps to Dream Awake. She holds a master's degree in education and has worked in several educational settings and nonprofits. She has worked as a career coach for many years. And she also is the creator of, and I hope I don't butcher it, Get Your Money Life, where she teaches you how to get your finances in order. And she's going to tell you a little bit about that at the end. But you know what's so awesome? I was thinking about today, Elkie, is our 2-year anniversary since we had our first live women's event where we it was called the Dream Awake Create Your Vision event. You see the synergy? You see this here?
It was 3 years, Sterling.
Huh?
Was it 3 or was it 2?
2.
What?
2. 2014.
Oh my
It was supposed to do it last year, but I had just had a baby. But we're gonna get it again. We're gonna do it again. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I think sometimes I'm really blown away by what we are able to accomplish in such a short period of time, and how it even happens. Like even us co-authoring the book, that was like spur of the moment. We did it in a matter of 2 weeks? It was.
I really think it was in a weekend. We outlined the book.
It felt. I think we wrote it in a weekend, and then the whole process of getting it formatted, published, and all that stuff took 2 weeks. And that was like that was not even something we were thinking to do. It was our brother-in-law who put it in our mind and said, "You need to write this book." We put our heads down for a weekend, put it together. We weren't even in the same room, and that book came together. That's how amazing it was. We were in a separate house writing it, didn't talk to each other. All we said is, this is the chapters we want. We literally had no conversations in between. It wasn't until they were drafted and we sent it to each other, we're like, oh my God, how did this come together? And it was like, it was meant to be. That's what you call the power of the mind. When you set yourself up to do something, you say, by all means necessary, we're going to get it done, you can do amazing things. And I've seen it happen in both me and Sterling's life. I've seen it happen in my life. When I put down in my wall, I wanted X, Y, and Z, those things happened like in a matter of months. When I said I was done, I don't want to go back to a job that I have to show up every day and be upset. I remember even saying sometimes, I wish I could show up to work in pajamas. I get to do that. Like, I could be at home, get up out of my bed and work. I don't have to be forced to communicate or adhere to things that I don't agree with. I can make my
and then the other piece is putting on a mask, leaving your house to go and put on a mask to be in misery for 9 hours a day. Like, no. And then you think about it, you're like, okay, I'm doing it for the pay. But when you calculate what hours and the dollars you're getting, it's still not enough to tolerate what you're going to take when you're not living in your purpose. I'm not saying your purpose is going to pay you billions the minute you step into it. There's work that needs to be done. There's actions, and that's what me and Stone are trying to show. There's hard work that has to take place first before you start to see the fruits of your labor. But even still, I'm not even, like, honestly, I'm not sitting here going, God, give me $10,000 tomorrow. I mean, that would be beautiful, but I know what I have to do to get there. I know there'll be days when $10,000 is small. Oh, yeah.
When
it's not that far away.
It's so easy to get, and we're living the life that I've dreamed of. I know that. I know that's coming. I'm waiting on that, but I'm not going to sit and wait. Like, I'm not going to sit here and not do nothing to get there. There's work that needs to be done. This entrepreneurial life requires much of you. That's why it's great to consistently do work on yourself. You are not going to just wake up and have this be your life. You got to get up
Yeah.
every morning, do your reading, read books, read articles, read scriptures. Scriptures are awesome. Like once I started getting back into my reading of my scriptures every day, I started to notice a shift in my mind because I was really struggling with this transition. I won't lie. Moving to a whole nother place where I do have family, but my sister, who I used to see often, my niece, my brother-in-law, my parents, my other siblings, I used to see them often. I can't see them every day. That's different for me. That's an adjustment.
Oh
So
yeah.
it took an emotional toll for a little bit, and I had to get back in my scriptures and say, God, you didn't make me do this for nothing. You made me do this so if I just wanted to pick up and go see my family, I could do that. It wouldn't be a problem. You kept me home so that if there's needs that my family have, I can fulfill it. Like my daughter, I wanted to be there for her. I was tired of making sacrifices when it came to things she wanted to do. She wanted to be in dance. Do you know I had to say no to a dance? I pulled her out of the dance class because my job wouldn't allow me the time off to take her to dance. I pulled her out. That made me so upset. That was the day where I was like, enough is enough. If I have to keep making sacrifices on her behalf, then this is
Yeah.
not the life for me. She doesn't deserve that. That's not why I worked so hard. It wasn't to take her away from stuff. It was to get her into the things she loved. So that's why I'll keep doing this no matter what. I'll put my head down and like, this is what I'm doing it for. So.
Listen, there's so many, and I'm gonna butcher. I can't remember the person's name right now, but so many people who are successful. A lot of the thought leaders out there say you have to do the thing that you don't want to do, the things that you need to do right now to be able to have the things that you want to have. So it's the small or short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. Short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. So one of the things when I decided to make the shift, and I know Elkie decided to make the shift, we were saying we want to really be transparent because there's so many, entrepreneurs out there, so many people who are, they talked about six figures a day and different things like that, which is awesome. And I know people do it. I know it's possible.
Right.
Because I just had my first four-figure webinar. Okay? I know it's possible. But the thing is, many people aren't sharing the real. They're not sharing the transparency of it. They're not being transparent, I should say. They're not I'm not saying they have to get on here every day and talk about negative things. I'm not saying that. But they should talk about how when you're being a stay-at-home parent or when you work from home, there's other challenges because people, first of all, people think you don't have a job, so they can just call on you for every single thing. Okay?
Say that again.
All right. People think you don't have a real job, so they think they can call on you for everything. Or you're doing nothing, so and that's not the case. You're building, and you absolutely have more. And I was saying this morning, I said, go into a job every day you don't like, working 60-plus hours to get paid peanuts is hard. But being an entrepreneur is hard. But you have to choose which hard you want.
Right.
Which hard path do you want? But I know the benefits of being an entrepreneur, being someone who you have freedom of your time and of the type of work or commitment you want to put into something. I know the benefits are far more better than working at a place you don't like. Working at a place where, yeah, you might be getting paid the six figures, but they control your life. They gave you the car expense, they gave you the cell phone expense, they gave you the clothing expense, whatever it is, but that's your life.
Right.
And God forbid you get sick, you get cancer, you have a baby, they could be like, oh, you're done.
Right.
Okay? So before we get too off topic of the show, which this is all on topic, I should say before we go too far and it's like 10 o'clock, and we're still here talking because Elkie and I can do that. I wanted to ask you.
Stolen, I'm sorry, can I?
Go ahead, no?
And because Stolen and I made a shift from employee to entrepreneur, we also recognize that not everybody wants that. Especially me being a career coach. I get it. I understand it. I don't knock someone who says, listen, that's not for me. You know yourself well enough to know what
Yes.
what you're willing to deal with. So we're just saying, don't get stuck in a position, whether it's in a job that you don't like or a career you don't like, and just stay there because you just need to make money. You can make money doing anything. You just need to be in a position where you wake up every day and you find purpose in what you do. So even if you're
Yes.
looking at that shift to another career, we support that. I'm 100% on board with that because you really got to have a real different mindset for this kind of role. Don't take it out. I don't suggest anyone take on an entrepreneurial life because they think they're going to be chilling on a yacht in 2 months. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't fool yourself. You need to put in more time than you can imagine in the beginning because
Yes.
it's necessary for your growth in your business. So I'll leave it at that. Sorry.
Absolutely no. Thank you for clarifying that because I don't want people thinking, oh, we are job haters. We
Right.
hate people who work because you know what? One day people are going to work for us.
Yes.
And we had to work, to be very honest. And I said this on my Periscope this morning and on my Facebook Live. I said, working jobs have given me the skill set and the character to be able to make it on my own because I know the things I want to do in my business and I know the things that are absolutely a no-no for me. So definitely having a job, and I say this to young people, work somewhere, work for someone or
Yes.
something just one time in your life so you can be able to understand what that is and then go jump into your entrepreneurial thing if that's what you want to do.
Right.
Go. Am I frozen, Elkie?
You're kind of breaking up a little bit, but it looks like
Okay.
you're coming back now.
Okay. So my question for you, I think I'm frozen.
I can hear you, but your screen like kind of freezes a little.
Yeah, I'm afraid to refresh. Because I don't see myself anymore.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see if I can refresh. If it cuts off, just stay on, okay?
Okay.
Because I don't want the recording to be jacked up. As an audience member or a consumer, I no longer get mad at people when their technology is like
Right.
not working or something because I understand. I
Right.
totally understand. Without this is no control of ours.
It may fail you.
Uh, okay, give me one second. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's just if you want this to be recorded, you're frozen right now. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, folks. Let's see. My screen is completely frozen. Like I can't even move my mouse.
Oh no.
We're just getting to the juicy part. Okay, it says wait, let's see. It's loading, it's loading. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I guess it's just loading. I will have to figure out how to edit this.
The devil is a liar.
You girl.
He don't want this message to get out, but it's gonna get out.
By hook or crook, by force. Okay. Can you see me now?
You're still frozen on my end, but you can see me.
Um, Now you're black.
Okay. I wonder if I should I refresh then?
No, put your camera back on, cause it looks like your camera's off.
Hold on. Can you see me? My camera's on.
Okay, no, I don't see you. So refresh.
Okay.
Let me ask Shelby because if she can see us. She says she can see you. All this means is that I'm gonna get my own studio with high tech equipment to run this show. That's all it's saying. Uh, she says she just refreshed.
I know I said that wrong. So I can't see you yet. I see your icon. You'll be able to merge both because it said something about it stopped.
I think I should be able to,
Okay.
cause this is through YouTube, so I should be able to. Shelby, can you see both of us now? Cause I can see Elkie.
No, I can't see either of you now. Oh boy. Can
She
see,
can see Winter now,
but we can't see you.
and you can't see me at all.
Nope. I see your icon.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Elmo so proud, proud. Why am I singing Elmo?
Because you have a toddler. I used to sing Mickey Mouse Club like randomly at work because that's all Adriana loved to watch.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Folks,
We're sorry, folks. Technology won't let us
listen.
live tonight, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. Yeah, we're gonna get through it. Mhm.
Let's see what's going on here. Try again. Google Hangout, you're supposed to be our savior. Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to refresh it. Shelby, you still can't see me? And Shelby, can you type in the chat box? Let me see.
It said chatbot is disabled.
Okay. I'm so afraid to log out. I'm trying to open up on another computer in case it's. Yeah, I think I'll be able to edit in my in the control room.
Okay, she said she just typed in. For some reason, I can't see the chat box.
If you look in the left-hand side,
Oh, okay. There we go. I should have remembered this from our Google Hangouts.
right?
Oh my goodness.
Can you see me now?
Not yet.
All right. Okay, so I'm trying from the other computer now. Let's see if it'll let me in. Okay, so I'm trying from the other computer now.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll let me in. This is really delayed. Wow. Okay, so I'm trying from the other computer now.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll let me in. Okay, so let me see if my face pops up over here.
It says Stone Paul should join this video call. Okay, so
Okay, so
now I see. Okay.
okay.
I'm about
I'm
to.
about to.
Ooh.
Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you now.
Lord. Okay. So let's see. Okay, I gotta move this laptop. What? I beg you. Not for right here. Okay. Shell, can you hear us and see us? I want to see if I can enable the chat box. Right now it says only one viewer, and I think it's Shelby, but if it's other people, we really do apologize. Let's see. Okay, see if you can chat in. If you can type in the chat.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so you can chat. Maybe as a participant you can't. Maybe. So I'm gonna start off by asking you the question for editing purposes, so it can get the speech straight. So can you tell us? So Elkie, thank you for sharing your story with us. Can you tell us about a time that helped you make the shift? Because we all start out in a place where we are living the lives that other people want us to live.
Mm.
We are following suit of our older siblings, or the way our parents want us to live, or the way society says we should live.
Mm.
So can you tell us about a time when you made that shift, that you decided that enough was enough, that you were going to lead in your life?
So, October of 2015 was a pivotal time in my life. It's I started to have real, I was fighting with myself. I wasn't happy with my life. I was debating what to do. I'd already made a decision. I wanted to leave my job, but I hadn't really spoken to anyone besides you. And
Yeah.
so I kept getting this nagging feeling I needed to start this fast. And I needed to start it with a group of women that were close to me.
Yeah.
So I remember talking to you about it, and I mentioned, who I wanted to be part of it. And it was like everybody was on board right away. So I knew that was a good sign. Like nobody was like, oh, I'm not sure. People were like, yeah, let's do this, let's do this. And doing that 3-day fast gave me the most clarity that I've had in a long time. It was like God was saying, you need to take lead in your life, and you need to step into the life I want you to live. And anything that you do going forward, you need to put me first. That's why I kept hearing, you need to put me first. Whatever you're deciding, pray on it first. Whatever, moments where you're feeling doubt, I want you to pray. And from that moment, those calls, those weekly prayer calls, the books we were reading, I mean, Reform changed my perspective on what a spiritual journey means when you are truly leading a life of purpose and you're making a shift in your mind about who you are as a child of God. It changed my dynamic, because I was even struggling with my relationship with church.
Yeah.
And going to church, I was feeling really lost. Going to church, I wasn't feeling connected. I felt very disconnected. And that relationship as I was building the relationship with God, I started to realize that He was opening me up to so many different experiences. So I started meeting with the holistic coach. She was helping me with my eating and my weight loss. This woman did not know what she had done in my life. She asked me I sought her out in October. She asked me to do a vision board.
Yeah.
That vision board came to life. She said she's never worked with a client that has had her vision board come to life within 9 months. She's like, the stuff that you've been able to do, I'm so impressed with you, because I never seen a client do what you do in a short span of time. There were things on my vision board that I was putting. I wasn't even like married to it, right? I was just putting it there like, oh yeah, that's what I want, but I wasn't married to all of it. And then suddenly God just started placing these things in my life, and it was coming true. I had financial freedom on it. I had a family on it. I had a picture of a family on it, and it was like multiple pictures. It wasn't just one picture. I had like 3 different pictures of a family and a couple. Right? And this is the first time I'm even revealing this to you, Sterling, I think.
I was about to say.
I think it's the first time I'm revealing this to you. And that's one thing I'll do if I make these kind of declarations. I keep it to myself for a long time until I start to see it come to life. So I had multiple pictures of a family. I had financial freedom. I had health. Health was all over. I wanted and God was at the center of all of it. Like literally, I put the word God and scriptures all around, and everything was around it. I had a picture of a house. I had a picture of a vacation. I had Africa, because I said I have to travel to Africa in the next year. So I put that on my board, and a lot of it, I lost weight. I started to eat better. I started thinking differently. My mind just started shifting to when I declare this is what's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I started having true faith in myself and in what God would bring to my life. That's when that shift happened. October 2015 was where it started to happen, and then it just took off after that. And then April was like where I started making real declarations and was not caring what my family thought, because they thought I was nuts. Outside of Sterling, everybody was like, you're moving somewhere. Do you have a job? Are you going to survive? And I was like, why are you worried? I was like, fear doesn't operate in my life anymore. Fear used to dictate me, everything I do. Sterling knows I'm the most scary person around. I tiptoe around things. I'm nervous about moving. I don't want to do things outside of expectations of me. So the fact that I did what I did, a month now ago, was insane to the people I knew. My friends thought I was out of my mind. They were like, Wait, what? What? You what? And you have a relationship going. They were like, you crazy. What are you doing? Like, I just found out all this in a matter of, like, I didn't tell people for months what I was doing because I didn't want them to influence me. I didn't want them to tell me any different.
You know what's funny? I remember we were at a family barbecue the weekend before you left, and they were like, "Wait, what?"
What? Everybody was like, "You're going where?" Oh, you
She
just
was moving like a ninja in the night. She said,
That's what somebody said on Facebook. They were like, "Oh, you like a thief in the night, little ninja." I was like, "That's pretty much what I did. I pulled the ninja move. Just was like, it was unexpected, but for me, the timing wasn't that short.
yeah.
I felt like it was a long process. Like I was debating, and then finally I just said, okay, no more debating. I'm just gonna do it because I saw too many videos telling me to take a leap. It was strong, right? For months we kept seeing videos saying take a leap. It was like we couldn't ignore it anymore. It kept saying take a leap. What are you afraid of? Take a leap. What are you afraid of? That's all we kept hearing for months. So it's like, all right, at some point we just got to do it and have.
You got to do it. And you know what's so crazy that I think people often forget? Here's the thing, my people, in our Liberian English.
Mhm.
Let me tell you something. When you are ready to do something, you don't always have to share it with other people.
Yes.
Yes, you can make your declarations, you can put it on your board, you can write it down, whatever it is. But if you know you're a person who is easily influenced by other people's opinions, which I can be, even though I'm a very, still I'm just going to do it anyway, I can easily be influenced by people sometimes, especially by my family, because we're such a close-knit family.
Right.
That their opinions do matter. It does hurt our feelings if they're not pleased with us. It does make us feel, because we're the youngest, we're the two youngest, it does make us feel like, oh my God, am I doing the wrong thing? So, my people, did you hear what we said? And this is the same thing when you see other people's life. Stop thinking things happen overnight.
Yes.
Everything you do, every single day leads up to something.
Yes.
So understand that when we talk about leading in your life, you have to understand that everything you're doing prepares you for a moment in your life. So this is why you need to have imperfect, consistent action. And the guy's name escapes me, who his book is called A Fish Out of Water. And I think it's Calvin Wayman. And his book is called Fish Out of Water. And he says what you have to do in your life is make imperfect, consistent action. What I call him Winter, what Elkie and I were doing was making imperfect, consistent action. For over a year, we were having these conversations. It was not perfect conversations. We didn't know how we were going to do this.
Nope.
But we knew it was going to get done. And so we made imperfect, consistent action. Every day we had meetups.
Yeah.
Like, we had quarterly meetups where it was like, okay, it's about to be June. What are we doing?
Right.
And we both said, and it's so funny that Elkie's there before me, because I was like, I'm going to be in that list.
I'm ready to leave, and I said, no, I needed a year.
And she was like, no, Sterling, but we got to go together. And I was like, I know, don't worry, we're going to get out there. We're going to get out there. And Russ and I have a food truck business here, so we got to wait for some things to happen before we can get out there with our truck. Yeah. But we were making plans every single week, right, daily, inboxing back and forth. And this is the power of being connected to someone else, being connected to people who support you and support your crazy. And that's the reason why I created the Polished Lifestyle community, because I wanted to provide that for other women, provide what my sister and I had for other women. Because sometimes it might be the people that's laying in the same bed with you that are like, you are crazy, I don't want to hear about this plan anymore.
Right.
And so sometimes you need someone in your life that you can bounce ideas off, because I'm going to tell you, I'm a crazy person when it comes to certain things. There were many days where Elkie was like, listen, get your butt back in that car. Let's say a prayer. You're going to go in that back in that job, and you're going to finish out the right way, so you make sure you have things in some form of order to be okay, because you have a child. But you need that person in your life where you can, bounce ideas off back and forth. So, Elkie, I have a question. What is one tip that you would give a woman, especially a savvy mom? I want you to speak for the single mothers out there. I know you're not a single mother anymore, but from a single mother perspective, because you did it for so long, what advice would you give to that single mom out there who's like, yeah, this sounds all fine and dandy. You all are in relationships. You're married. You're in a relationship and blah, 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 blah. What advice would you give to them? Because when you started this journey, you weren't in a relationship. So
what I would tell single Elkie at 27 years old was, you have all what you need to do what you need for your family. You have it. You just need to connect yourself to the right resources. And that's why my motto is practical, simple, realistic.
yes.
There are things available to you. You can aid in your own rescue, because if you're waiting for someone to rescue you, it's not going to happen. Especially mothers like us who are not at the poverty level, who can't qualify for programs, state-funded programs, federal-funded programs. We need to aid in our rescue. So there's things you can do as of right now that can get you to the next level, and you can provide for your family. It can be done. I did it. I was broke. I was in debt. They almost kicked my kid out of daycare because I couldn't pay them. If I was able to do all those things and then some, you can do it. It is possible. There are moms out there doing it all day long.
Yeah.
Just because you're by yourself doesn't mean you're doomed. I hated that saying. I hated that impression that because you were by yourself, you were doomed.
Yes.
That you couldn't do it. That you needed to rely on everybody else besides yourself. Yes, you're going to get support. Yes, you should seek other support. There's other women out there willing to support you. That's what helped me. It was my family and other women who were like, listen, I know it's hard. Here's some clothes. Here's some clothes for your baby. Take some hand-me-downs. Go look at your local community programs and see what is available to you. But don't think you can't aid in your rescue. It is possible. I'm telling you, there's simple ways to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that, because you have to aid in your own rescue. I love that. People are waiting for stuff outside of themselves a lot of times to change, and it's all about your mindset.
Yes.
It's all about your mindset. It's all about you making that decision to say enough is enough.
Yes. Absolutely.
You don't have to be a victim. Even though someone might have victimized you,
yes,
you do not have to be a victim. I love it. So can you give us one quote that you usually go to help you get through tough times, or that inspires you to keep pushing and keep moving?
So I'm big into scriptures, and interesting enough, Adriana picked up this journal. So I love journals. Journals, Sterling and I love them. They are like our right hand.
Yeah.
So the other day we're in the store, and Adriana picked this up. If you can see it.
Let me see.
Can you see it?
No, I'm sorry. It's
so
like,
this journal says on the front, with God all things are possible. Matthew 19, verse 26.
absolutely.
You have to believe that. I believe when she picked it up, I was like, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's gonna be my new gratitude journal, because I've been looking for another journal that I want to start writing things that I'm grateful for and things that I know God has already blessed me with. Even though I don't have it currently, I know He's gonna bless me with. And this was perfect, because you have to believe that that everything is possible. And if you believe that, it will change the way you see your life.
Yeah.
Even if you're in the dumps, you got a $10 to get you to the next week. When you start to truly believe things are possible, things will show up.
Yes, yes.
Things will show up that you never thought possible. People will show up in your life that will come through for you.
And not even in the form that you think. And that's the thing.
Yes.
Because sometimes we're too busy looking for, like they say at that one door, thinking, oh, my savior is coming through there, when it's coming through the window, when it's already in the room a lot of times.
The person might be right next to you. They've been there for years and you didn't know.
Yeah.
The person might be a stranger, complete stranger you never met. One day you just happen to meet them, and they're so supportive of what you do. They just had a conversation with you, and already they're ready to support you. We've seen that happen. We've seen that happen to people.
Multiple times. But I tell y'all the blessings and the different things that are coming down the pipeline for us.
Yes.
And it's all because we decided to be obedient. We decided to really say, oh, you know what? We're going to put ourselves first. We decided to lead in our life. We decided that, you know what? I can be the best version of myself. I don't need to keep being someone else's copycat or fake.
Yes.
I can be the best version of Sterling, the best version of Elkie. So, Elkie, thank you for that quote. What is one book that you would suggest for someone
to read? All right. So the book that I read when I was trying to figure out how to get through my finance nonsense was Susie Orman's Women and Money. And it's a powerful book because I think it really hits home why women struggle with money, why they struggle with the understanding of money, why it takes them a while to get over the trials of dealing with money, because we're so emotionally attached to it. And until we become completely removed in some ways emotionally, because you're not going to ever be totally removed emotionally from money. Money will still have an emotional attachment to you.
Yeah.
But until you recognize that it really sometimes it's just a rational decision where you might have to say no to certain things because that's what needs to happen. You don't have the money, say no. You will start to see money and budgeting and saving in a different way. And it's I don't like to genderize it, but in some ways you start to think about it in a more like a masculine way, if you get my drift. So I like the book. Get it, read it. It will change your perspective. It will get you in the mindset of, you know, when it comes down to the money, it's got to be right. It's got to work, and there's just going to be decisions you have to make in the immediate to secure your financial future.
I think that's so important, and we need to teach little girls this, because I would never forget. I was watching, and this was years ago, I was watching an episode of Oprah, and this is a little extra, but this is what happens to some women. The woman was married to this guy who was very wealthy. I think they actually built their wealth together. She was a stay-at-home mom, and he was a businessman, but they built their business together, right? And I don't know what happened. The guy was having like depression and mental breakdowns, whatever. This man committed suicide, and before he committed suicide, he drained their entire bank account. He drained their like every source of income, and then on top of that, I think in their state, if you commit suicide, you don't get insurance.
Oh my goodness.
So this woman who relied on her husband with everything with the finances, she said she didn't know how bills were paid. She said she knew nothing about their finances. She knew absolutely nothing. All she did was when the money came in, she just went to the bank or used their card. It was just shopping for the family, doing everything they needed. She didn't understand how a lick of bills were paid. She didn't understand anything about anything. And when this man died, he completely wiped out everything. And so here she was at 40-something years old with I think she had 5 kids.
Wow.
And having to start from scratch, not knowing, like our grandmother said, a gym thing about money. And so my husband pushes me to learn about, he's like, still, you should learn about the stock market, and I'm totally not interested. He's like, you should learn about this. You should understand money, and I just want to know like how to make it in my business and then how to spend it. That's it. But it's so true. As women, we really need to not be afraid.
Yes.
of understanding money. So I definitely will be reading that book. And Elkie, this is a great segue into some of the things you're doing. Could you please let the people know what you're working on, what you're currently doing, how they can find you, how they can connect with you?
So I've completed my first course, which is the Get Your Money Life course. It's a budgeting and savings course. It teaches you the basics. So it's not going to go really like extremely in depth. It's for women like me who was just clueless, and like Sterling who are just like, oh my God, don't talk to me about money. I don't even want to see a budget. It really is for those women. I created it with them in mind so that it could be simple enough for you to follow along. You'll get the understanding of how money works, how it flows into your account, how it should be out, how you should output money, and how you should budget and save for an emergency fund. So that course is 4 weeks, and it's on the Zenler. It's part of the Zenler platform, and that course is attached to my website, which is called www.savvymomsunite.com. That's where I list all my products and services. I also offer career transition advisement. It's for moms who are looking to move into that career that's going to set them up for a nice life they want, or what they want to pursue for their passion. I'll do work with them on interviewing skills, resume building,
Yeah.
skill building, looking at professional development opportunities that's going to give them the skills they need to get into that career. So, and that's more one-on-one coaching that I do with that, and I do intensive financial planning for those who want long-term planning.
Awesome, awesome. So, Elkie, can you say that website again one more time, and also tell them about your Facebook group?
Yes, so the website is called www.savvymomsunite.com. And I also have a group on Facebook called Savvy Moms Unite. Savvy Moms Unite. I'm sorry, my daughter's yelling at me. That's just typical Adri. It wouldn't be a live broadcast without her knocking at the door.
Exactly.
So the Facebook group is called Savvy Moms Unite. It's the name of the company, and that's where we share tips. I love doing yourself DIY crafts and projects. I love those because you save such a great amount of money, and I'll provide financial tips in there as well as career tips if you're interested. But it's really to help moms really get the best they can from each other and from me. Whatever they need, especially single moms, we need that community. That community
Absolutely.
is so important. So that's what that's there for.
Yes, and you all need to really take Elkie's course because I love it because you can just plug in stuff.
Yes.
Which is really good. You can just plug in your budget, and she also does, correct me if I'm wrong, a consultation with you.
Yes, I do offer a 30-minute consultation, which is part of your initial meeting. So you'll get the initial consultation as part of the package.
Absolutely. And so that's a great opportunity for you to take advantage of it. As women who want to lead and shine bright in their life, your finances got to be on point so you can be able to do that. There's no broke over here because you need to invest in yourself. The number one thing that has changed both of our lives is that we decided to invest in ourselves, and that's time and money.
Yes.
So money is the investing in programs and coaching and mentoring and in our health, eating the right things and things like that. And the time is not watching the Love and Hip Hops and the Scandal and the whatever show every single night.
Yes.
It's really taking the time to educate yourself and empower yourself for the better. So investing time and money. And the money part, you need to definitely have someone who can show you the ropes.
Yes.
So make sure you take Elkie up on her offer for her course. If you would love to get in touch with me, you can reach me at the Polished Lifestyle Community, or if you go to bit.ly/PLC Tribe, that's where I share resources, tips, and tools to help you get to the next level, to support your bold, crazy, out of this world ideas. And I called it bold and crazy because when you are ready to dream awake and live the life that you intend to live, people think you're crazy. People
Yeah.
think she's trying to be too bold. And that's what we want. We want women like you who are ready to not care about what other people are saying and have the audacity to dream awake. And you can find our book.
Yes.
Are you sleeping on your dreams? 10 Steps to Dreaming Awake at on Amazon. I'm sorry, at Amazon.com. You can find that book there. Are you sleeping on your dreams? 10 Steps to Dreaming Awake. And Elkie and I are actually going to make a course, and we are going to have this live retreat again because the first time we had it, it was just a few women there, maybe about 20 women, and it was the most amazing, life-changing time. And so we have to duplicate it again, and we will let y'all know when we do because it was absolutely awesome. I want to give a shout out to Dana Azur of she's a Chicago jewelry designer. Her jewelry is all over the world. It was just at Fashion Week, and I got me my I forgot what this is called, but as you can see, it's connected to my ears, and it's a necklace as well, and I just totally love it.
Like earrings, so I love it.
Yes, and it's custom made. I told her I wanted purple because I love purple, and that's my color. You see, everything I do purple for royalty because we are royalty, and the silver for polished. So if you want to get in touch with her, in the show notes I will put her link there. But is Dana Azur, the Chicago? I think she's Dana Azur on so that's DanaYaAzure on Instagram, and I'm a visual person, so that's why you see I close my eyes because I was visualizing the title. But yes, it's absolutely beautiful. You can hit her up and get your custom made set. She does other jewelries and things like that. But listen, we are so happy you joined us for the 5th episode of Polished Lifestyle TV. I thank you, Elkie, my sister and friend and business partner and confidant and everything, for taking this time out of your busy schedule to be with us here tonight to share your story and your message of leading and shining bright with other women. Remember that we cannot be who we can't see. Elkie, any last words you have to say tonight?
No, that was excellent. That was excellent what you just said. We really can't be what we cannot see. If you don't see yourself as that polished woman who, if you're still letting your tarnishment and your past carry you down, you won't be able to dig yourself out. You got to get rid of that baggage, and that's what our book says. I was actually rereading our book the other day, and it was helping me. I was like, look at what this book's doing years later. It's still helping us get through those hard times. So definitely allow yourself, forgive yourself. I heard that tonight in my Zumba class. The instructor stopped everything and was like, you need to forgive yourself. Like, forgive yourself for all you. I was just like, girl, you are talking. Like how you in my head? Like, you need to forgive yourself. If that's the last words I have to say, forgive yourself.
And this is synergy is so awesome because I wrote a book called Girl Forgive Yourself.
Yes, that's right.
Your success depends on it. It's so. You see, this is what happens to us all the time. It's just so important, and I'm telling you, you just have to make up your mind to make a change in your life because the universe will conspire with you.
Yes.
And will align with you to make things possible in your life. So on that note, this is Sterling Clinton Spellman, The Polisher. This ends the 5th episode of the Polished Lifestyle TV. I hope you all have a blessed night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.